Hello, back with Conversations with Candace for Big Brother episode 26. So much to unpack. I had to take notes, so I'm looking at my notes. So in the last episode, Chelsea put up Chemo and Angela for eviction. So Angela kind of goes into this episode feeling kind of sad. You know how she gets when she's sad. So she is using that to her advantage. She was, let's see, she was laying in bed, and I guess she was the only one like sleep. Everybody else seemed to be like having a good time, hanging out with one another. Or wait, sorry, let me go back. Rabina knows that her trio, so it's her, Chemo, and T-Core, possibly could be seen as a threat. And obviously one of their people is up on the block, Chemo. So she's kind of just thinking through that and how that'll play out in the house if Chemo stays up on the block. What do you think about their little trio? I actually kind of like it. They've made some major moves without making it like known how Tucker used to do, right? So T-Core's done some major moves. Chemo has won when he needed to win. So I feel like they are building their Big Brother resume really well. It's quiet. It's not in your face like Tucker's is. So that's, to me, how they've stayed in the house this long. So Angela, as we know, her tactic is crying. So she's nervous, obviously, because she's up on the block. So she goes and cries to Mackenzie and is like, oh my gosh, I just love you. You're my friend. And then, Mackenzie's like, okay, Angela, like, she sees through it, but she does, like, genuinely like Angela. I think everybody genuinely likes Angela. It's just, some of her strategies and tactics kind of get annoying. So then Quinn, he's trying to save his love, Leah, because Chelsea kind of hinted to him that she was possibly thinking about putting Leah up on the block if the veto was played. So Quinn is trying to convince Chelsea not to do that. He's also talking to Mackenzie about veto options. So they're kind of like playing it out in their head. What do you think will happen with the veto? Do you think the veto will be used? Do you think the veto won't be used? So next, veto competition. Sorry that I'm not making breaks like I usually do. I usually record these in the middle of commercials, but I watched the whole episode and kind of wrote down notes. So here I am, so I can do less editing. So the veto comp, Quinn, Chemo, Angela, Chelsea, and Mackenzie are the people that are playing in it. It is Otev, but it's the new Otev that looks like is it a cat, I think? So that's the interesting part. Everybody's pumped. This is a infamous and famous Big Brother competition with Otev, where Otev asks a question, you have to go down and find the answer. In this episode, the answer is in the form of a house guest's name. I think they're eliminated house guests, actually. And so they have to then slide down this slide, get in and pick in the trash. I guess it's the alley cat. And find the trash with the house guest's name who is the answer to the question. So I forget the first question, but everybody comes back except for Mackenzie with the answer of Tucker. Mackenzie comes back with the answer of Cedric. It had to do with something about like who's like out of the house but like wasn't playing in a competition, I think. I don't know. So Mackenzie is the only one that answered the question correctly. Now, Chelsea was the last person up to Otev's like the top of the hill. And if she would have had Cedric as an answer, Mackenzie and Chelsea would have played again. But guess what? Chelsea didn't have an answer. So she's automatically out. She thought everybody else's answer was right, which was Tucker. She thought that was the right answer, but it wasn't. The answer was Cedric. So Mackenzie won OTEV in one question. That's why I'm like, I don't even remember the question because it wasn't played for that long. So I know that the editors at Big Brother had to like fill that space in because they probably thought it was going to take at least, I don't know, 3 to 5 questions for everybody to be eliminated. And it only took one. So congratulations, Mackenzie. You did a great job on winning that veto. So Mackenzie is kind of like trying to figure out what should she do, because at first she told Chelsea that she would leave nominations the same, but now with recent events, she's kind of considering other options. She's thinking about if she takes Kimo off the block, how will that affect the game? If she takes Angela off the block, how will that affect the game? What are your thoughts? What do you think Mackenzie should do? Should she use the veto on Angela? Should she use it on Kimo? Or should she keep the nominations the same? Comment down below. Let me know. So then the episode goes into Angela and her paranoia, and she is asleep. This is the story I was going to tell at the beginning, but realized, not in order. So Angela was asleep in her room. She realized everybody else is missing. Again, not really sure what time this is, but it looked like it was dark outside. Everybody else is outside playing pool, talking, just chilling, just having a great old time like you're supposed to do in the Big Brother house, right? You're chilling, enjoying your time in this house. Well, Angela is like, oh my gosh, who did she say it is? She said Leah, Kimo, T-Core, Quinn, and Rabina, since they all were kind of talking with each other and they all were kind of out in the outdoor area. She's like, I think I have a sixth sense, and I think that they're soliciting, or they're coming together to make an alliance. So she then, because she's paranoid, uses that information and goes and tells Chelsea. So Chelsea is like, wait, what? But then Chelsea's like, well, that could be true because Quinn is known to turn on his alliances and to make sure that he gets what he wants, because obviously he doesn't want to be put on the block. And then he doesn't want Leah to be put on the block. So she's like, maybe this could be true. But of course we know it is a pure lie. Angela's making this up. So then, as we know, Chelsea knows that she makes stuff up, but she talks to Mackenzie about it. And she's like, well, maybe this is a good time to take Angela off the block or take Kimo off the block and put up Quinn. They concoct this plan together. So they kind of go back and forth about it. But Mackenzie kind of then gives Chelsea more reasons on, why they should put up Quinn. He's a better player than Kimo. He's a better player than Angela, and how this would be a really good backdoor. So in that episode, it doesn't really finish it to like say what they did, because in the episode 27 is when they announce who Mackenzie used the veto on. But Quinn is also trying to save himself because he obviously wants the nominations to stay the same, because then they won't get a chance to backdoor him or Leah. So he's trying to squabble and try to get Chelsea to like kind of commit to an answer. Chelsea isn't really committing to any answers. She's saying we will consider that. Then, Quinn does talk to Mackenzie, and Mackenzie tells him outright, hey, I'm using the veto. I can't remember if she said she was using it on Angela or Kimo, like directly, but she was like, I'm using the veto. I don't know what Chelsea's going to do and who she's going to put up, but just wanted to let you know, and so that you wouldn't be kind of blindsided. So we'll see how it goes. Who do you think Mackenzie will take off the block? Will she take off the block Angela? Will she take off the block Kimo, since we know she's going to use it? What are your comments? What are your predictions below? All right. That was episode 26. Wow, we did it. Bye. Until next time.